Well, that would be intellectually correct. Stain IP.
Lovely.
Awesome.
You again.
Me again, obviously.
What's this, the third time we've had a discussion with you?
It's been the third time, yeah.
Well, I'd have a discussion with you every month at least, because it's always interesting. And the development,
Well,
I mean,
Boo.
our first discussion was about fan art.
First discussion was about
Our
Fandom.
second one was not supposed to be, but it
Not
developed
supposed
into. So we decided, well,
Yep.
while we're at Comic-Con, let's briefly touch on just a few things. Yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
No.
I think it's definitely the perfect time to have a chat about that.
No, and I mean, Ezra, so I remember when, like, the first con, or at least we did together, you still did a lot of fan art, which, and I'll touch on what fan art and now, but before we go into the contention, we had a discussion about fan art, and you were in fan art, and obviously you make amazing original work.
Yeah.
And the majority of your work now is original. Especially those, I mean, you went from fan artist to, I want to say, getting to the point where you're collaborating with energy drinks, you're collaborating with a bunch of companies, doing corporate videos, doing animated logos. So that entire journey, it is actually brilliant.
It's a very interesting journey. I think fan art was the beginning stages. It's getting myself in look, I mean, I learned myself with fan art when it came to character design and stuff, right? Because you love the anime or the show you're watching, and you're like, I like that character, I'm going to draw that character. And it was such a great intro way to learn about that. And that's how the business started, with the fan art. But as things have obviously over the few years that we've been talking, I've obviously realized more and more, well, maybe fan art isn't the best decision going forward. But it's also was a bit of a restriction in the growth of the business. And the things that I could do. So it was a great humble beginning. But I'm glad I'm being able to do more original work. I've been able to work with amazing people and collaborate with amazing people like yourself as well. So it's an interesting thing, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. And you said a collaborator, so you actually made our two mascots, but our main one is Ino.
Yeah, main
E4i. So go check that out on our website and on Ezra's website and social media. It's everywhere, and he's got a good analogy about how your mascot and your brand should work for you and not just be a brand, it's brilliant. Your brand should be more than just a name or a logo. But we won't go into that now. They can stalk you for that. Yeah. One thing that you made a comment about, and which is something that I sort of lean towards when I speak to some of the fan artists, the artists that mainly do fan work, the fan art work, is the restrictive aspect of it. Yes, you're doing fan art. Yes, you might sell a bunch of fan art versions of known other people's IP, or somebody call it properties, and I like that thing for this sense here. But somebody else's characters that you redraw, alter in a slight bit. But that's it.
Yeah,
you're restricted to being the fan artist.
Exactly.
Where if you adopt your own art and you build on that, yes, it's not an easy in.
No,
but people spend a lot of money on original works, and that was in the first discussion we had. Is you don't buy a 60,000 rand print of fan art. You buy a 60,000 rand original Ezra.
Exactly.
Reason I say 60, I think that's what the last one sold for.
Always
going for.
I have one that's on for 40K. We'll see if it sells. It'll be great.
It's awesome. But that restrictive area is a big thing. And like we've discussed a few times, there's this misconception about fan art. In South Africa, fan art is copyright infringement. It is not acceptable under copyright law because it's not personal use.
Yes.
The moment you make money for it and reproduce it, the moment you sell fan art, it stops being personal use, and therefore you don't have that. Yes, but it's personal use. fan art is not okay. The fact that fan art for personal use is okay. The fact that you sell it at Comic-Con, in law is not. Comic-Con internationally, the community, everybody embraces fan art.
100%.
But fan art is art. It's two-dimensional art. The moment you put it on a T-shirt
or do a keyring or
earring, now you're looking towards counterfeit goods.
Right.
And luckily, and I mean that's something that also a lot of people don't see. And we're an artist alley now. I mean that's a different thing. But if you go up to the main hall with the massive exhibitors with 10,000 shirts, they try to claim fan art, and it's like, no, you're making 1,000 Spider-Man T-shirts.
Exactly.
It's not fan art.
And then the problem, especially in those type of areas, that the majority of them aren't artists.
Yes.
So the work that's printed on those T-shirts or keyrings or whatever are images pulled directly from Google or Pinterest or whatever the case might be. So, you know, you can even argue to say that some of those designs are directly made by those studios or artists.
Yes.
So I could just imagine that could even be even worse
that's
than having to stylize a character.
Yeah. Look, and the thing we noticed, and I love being at Comic-Con, and Comic-Con is very active in embracing fan art while respecting IP. And there's this big movement towards, and it's from everybody, not just from the organizers, but from the artists, from festival goers, from exhibitors, or what I've witnessed, where they're embracing more and more authentic and licensed stuff. Yes, and fan art in the traditional sense of it. And I think that's a positive thing, where it's moving towards that. We are here for the actual things we want to be. We don't want to have a reproduction of a Spider-Man shirt. I want the official one.
Yes.
But what I might want is a artist rendering in a different style. Of something about Spider-Man.
100%.
And that's where fan art comes in. And that's something that people tend to blur that line quite easily. And look, moving towards fan art, or moving slightly away from fan art, a lot of people have started copying, making fan art pieces of South African artists. Oh wait, say for instance, and the stuff you design is brilliant, and all of a sudden you see that slightly altered on somebody's T-shirt. Mm-hmm. I mean that's
it's an icky feeling to have to see that. That's the work that I've created. How dare you?
Exactly.
Use that.
And I think that might also count towards the fact that artists are moving towards and understanding it, because as technology and as social media and that international reach, your international community becomes bigger, and therefore your community is actually, everybody's here.
Yeah.
People start feeling it. And it's something to say, but nobody's going to know. Well, it's fine. I'm redrawing Spider-Man. Okay, but now somebody redraws with your own character, and you feel it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, I understand.
Right,
and
100%.
We've noticed a lot of time, and that's where our discussion came. It's a discussion. It's where's the lines? What's your view? What's our view? And the idea is to find that ecosystem where everything functions the way it should, to the benefit of everyone. Yes, you'll always have your outliers that you'll deal with, but art needs to be, in my view at least, needs to move towards original.
I completely agree with you on this, Cope. I feel like, especially let's look overall, like in South Africa, art as a whole isn't entirely appreciated just yet by the South African community. And I feel like when artists start focusing more on authentic art that ties in with African cultures, or a story based in Cape Town or something like that, it could create so much more hype with South African IP than having to try and force yourself to create fan art of Spider-Man, for example, just to come by as an artist, right? I as someone that does create original art and has come from fan art, I know fan art has its place.
Yes,
and
definitely.
even still in this, it's good from my experience to have some fan art, but try to focus more on your original cut stuff.
No, definitely.
It grows your reputation as an artist.
It does. And this is one thing I remember we had a discussion in our original one where I said, name one famous cover musician. Name one famous fan artist.
Yeah.
People, yes, there's a lot of them, and they make
There's a
money.
lot of them now.
But if you want to be famous, if you want people to be like I have, and that I'm like, we've got two Ezra pieces in our office. I'm more proud of the Ezra pieces than I am of Ino, and I love Ino. It's beautiful. I mean, that's work of art in itself. But people want to be, this is original.
Right, yeah.
People, we want to have that. This is unique. This is mine. It's mine now. Nobody else has it.
100%.
And that's something that, yes, fan art has its place. I completely agree with you with fan art has its place. Especially when it comes to honing your skills, getting your name out there. But there's a point where you should then move towards, because the fact that you can do what these fan artists are doing means you can do a lot more with your own stuff. You're not uncreative, and they know. Fan artists know, or artists know, you're still an artist.
Exactly.
But move towards that. But this is mine.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I've noticed here. Most of these booths that are fan art has their own work.
100%.
And a lot of them started as, like you, it's a fan artist, then you were a fan artist with your own work, and then you're just your own work.
Yeah.
And that conversion is something we love, because we see you're growing, you're embracing it. Plus, Comic-Con and Artist Alley is a place where you can embrace.
Exactly.
Without having that fear of somebody knocking down your door.
And I think if we as artists, as a collective, focus more on pushing for original art, the mentality of people at attend Comic-Con that says, okay, I'm here just for the fan art, will start to change and shift. And, and next year they'll come at Comic-Con, oh no, I want some original characters, I want original illustration, original work, because it's so cool. Like, I love what I watch, but I can buy that somewhere else.
Exactly.
So I think just having to change a bit of that mentality was such great.
It is, and I myself have witnessed it. I'm sure. You as well, and you're talking tomorrow.
Yeah,
on the stage.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, this podcast won't be out for another week or so. So you missed it, unfortunately. But for those who were here that will be here tomorrow, that were here when you watched this, I'm now confusing myself in timeline.
Timeline not working.
But your talks are always brilliant and have that undertone of, guys, embrace this own unique work.
I mean, the part of the topic for tomorrow is me actually giving them some tips and advice on how to create or how to get more custom commissions, right? So, we just need to push that.
No, but that's the thing. And both of us, I mean, we've known each other for years now. And we have, or sometimes we're on opposite ends, like AI, and we're not even going there now.
No,
that's it. We're not touching on AI. No,
that's a no topic.
Sorry. But and that's it. But I mean, that comes down to it. We don't have to agree on everything.
No.
But we respect each other, and this is not, I mean, we do, but I mean, everybody. It's not the fact that you are a fan artist and the guy next to you does not touch fan art. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with either of you, and you don't need to be in contention with each other. It just means you're two different types of art.
100%.
And that's something that the moment you have that, everybody helps each other. Everybody builds this community together.
Right.
There's more space for everyone. And that's something that, beyond Comic-Con, that's something that needs to be fostered. And I know,
I agree.
Guys like you go out to educate and assist and advise other upcoming artists. And I do believe some existing artists and established artists must also chat to you about that, because your business sense as an artist is something that I know a lot of artists can benefit from. But it's a community that needs to help each other
Yeah, I
more than they
completely
already do, because they do.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the only way. And I think any industry you can build is co-opetition as opposed to competition.
I completely agree with you. I think as an art community, we have to even help each other even more to grow within a very difficult country that isn't always as open to art.
Yeah.
So rather support one another. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see more animation studios in South Africa.
Yes.
Something I am trying to push forward.
Oh, tell me more.
But
Well, let's chat. We'll have that discussion.
We'll have that chat, yeah. But
that is
I
true.
think that is, we need to push on that.
Yes. And African and especially South African stories. Yeah. I mean, there's a few guys here that do their own comic books.
Yeah, there are a few comic
And
books or a
it's-
few authors here, you know.
All the stories are amazing because
Exactly.
we resound to
Yeah.
we resonate with it. We grew up in that,
Exactly.
or we grew up knowing somebody that.
Now
has-
imagine, right, if we get a South African Stan Lee,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like he shares his version of South Africa or his story with a South African vibe, and the rest of the world just eats it up, like Spider-Man.
And I will.
Right?
People love.
I will slick go to.
What's not to love of South Africa? The culture is
Dude, the culture is
amazing.
great.
I mean, both you and I, we're very, very, very close to South Africa. We want to be here. We know what it is in South Africa. And the rest of the world should know it too. And
100%.
look, I'm an IP lawyer, so for me to show the people, hi, look how awesome South Africa is, slightly more difficult.
Right, yeah.
But art and creativity and books, anime, all of that originating from South Africa with South African context, with South African stories. That's how you educate people, and showing this is what we have.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
I
it.
love that, man.
Well,
Also.
check out Ezra.
Yep.
I promise you, the moment I did that, our editors were like, all your stuff is everywhere. If not, it's definitely in the comments. And thanks. We'll definitely have
Thank you for
chat
that. This
again.
was a great chat.
Good in you. Sorry, we're in the middle. We're literally sitting in the center of Arts and Stylists.
So
People
people that we
people
know
like
is like, hello.
But thanks again for taking some time to chat.
Yeah,
with
I
us.
mean, thanks for this. This
We're
was
probably
great.
going to have a follow-up when it's less noisy and less overwhelming.
I agree.
But looking forward to your chat.
Looking forward for the chat. Thanks, Christian.
Thanks.
Appreciate
As
it.
always.
Yeah, as always.
Sweet.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.